Anybody that watches your vlogs, you can't have missed it. It's been your entire personality for the last...
Farm. Yeah.
So explain, what is it that you've bought here? Because it's actually... I watched the vlog, so I'm clued up, but I'm aware there'll be some listeners that aren't.
Yeah, so... As much as like buying this house was a cool investment, for literally 10 years, there's a huge field on the back of me. I reached out to the farmers like, hey, can I buy this field off you? Because I just want to be able to I want to ride a motorbike around it. I want to ride a quad bike. I want to camp in it. I want to do whatever I want to do. Like, let me buy it off you. And they were like, no, we're going to end up building houses here eventually. It's going to be a bit of a shame, but I get it. It's a business move. So I was always looking for farms here, there, everywhere, where it was 5 acres, 10 acres, 20 acres, just something like that, just for me to be able to do what I want, where I want. And then did I meet you were you in the hide and seek in the stadium?
Yes. Yes.
So at that time, it kind of just came about that really random for me after, and I'm genuinely serious, like 10 years after hunting, like looking at land in Wales and past Oldham.
Oh, you were looking everywhere.
Yeah, all these places to a point where I was like, I will be if I found the perfect farm, I would move like 3 hours away to just go and have space to do what I want, where I want. No prying eyes on you, no one will be able to tell you what to do. And just like out of just chance one day, me and my dad were on a walk. Dad saw some guy at this like gate that I've never even noticed in my area. I'm talking 30 seconds from my house. And this guy was like, yeah, there's a farm here. Never knew it was there. I've lived here 31 years. Took me down, it showed it me, and I was like, this is insane. And I was like, is it for sale? And he said, no, an old lady owns it, but she's not doing anything with it. But she's looking to like kind of pass it down to the next generation of someone who's like got a family and going to do something cool with a farm. Showed me around it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like few fields, some buildings to like do up and everything like that. I was like, how big is it? And he showed me like this massive portion of land. It was like 50 acres. And I was like, 50 acres? Like, 50 acres is more than I could ever dream of. And I'm not joking, it's like 30 seconds from my front door. I was like, wow, like drive, it's so close. And then as he was like, yeah, 50 acres, I was like, this is amazing. Like, if I can make it happen, let's make it happen. He was like, thing is, if you want to buy it, you got to buy all of it. And I was like, what do you mean all of it? And he was like, well, all of it is what you're looking at now is not even half. So I was like, what do you mean? And he took me up to the top of it and showed me from like the highest point in the area. It was like all that land that you can like put your eyes on now, that would be yours. And it was 110 acres of land.
Whoa.
So yeah, 110 acres of land with like
so what's the 50 bit? Sorry.
That was just what you could see.
That was just on one side. And then he took me to the other place to see the other half.
Oh shit. And he said it was an all or nothing.
Oh yeah, and it was, so I was like, wow, 50 acres is like a bit more
than I would have wanted.
I didn't even want to take on from like a managing perspective. And then it was like, okay, if you want to do it, you have to do it. I was thinking about 50 acres. I was like, we can make that work. And he was like, no, you have to buy all of it if you won't even want any of it. I was like, oh my gosh. So that was like really stretching it to think, is this even possible? And just throughout the duration of time of like 30 months, like bless the lovely lady, she's unfortunately not with us anymore because during the sale process, she just wasn't well, went into hospital, ended up passing away. She left it in a will not to sell it to developers, because like developers were hunting down, like offering to pay twice as much as I was doing, just to build houses on it. Wow. And she basically left it in the responsibility of like the management and the will to sell it, to continue to sell it to me. So like
that is sick. Oh, bless her.
10 years looking for this thing, and then didn't even get to meet her. This opportunity arose, and rather than it just falling apart, she left it. She left it like in the world to make sure it happened.
You know what? You know what you should do is you should build either something or create something there in her memory on the farm, or like name the building after her or something.
Yeah. Well, I think we've got like their old family tractor that was like left in there as part of it. Yeah, we call it like Dorothy.
What's like the first plans then? What are you gonna do with that much?
So wait, do you have 100 acres of land?
Yeah, 110 acres of land.
So, where do you even start?
What the fuck do you do?
It's mad because right now we're like going into like wet winter season, so it's like you don't want to just wreck it all. But when it's summer, you guys have got like an open invitation to just come and have the most fun.
Have you walked to the other end of it yet?
I've not even. It's like 11 miles of boundary to walk around.
Oh my god!
So it's pretty intense. But yeah, you go over a private railway track. Private bridge over a railway track, which is lovely. Then it goes over a canal, which is absolutely lovely. There's like not a single public footpath through it, so it's all completely private.
So you own a bridge?
At the bottom, 2.
That's so fucking good.
Yeah, so it's insane. Like honestly, like blessed to. Like, I've literally chased a dream, and like again, without people ever watching the videos back in the day or anything like this, it just would never have been possible.
Well, congrats, brother, because that is good. I can't believe you're on a fucking bridge.
Bro, just wants a bridge. Two bridges.
Fuck.
So. He's asked there, like, the plan with it. You mentioned you want to like ride quad bikes around. Are you going to build like a dirt bike track in there? Like, what are you doing, man?
Let me pitch the life of Tom Dream.
Okay, right? I need to know what this is.
Yeah, because like everyone knows me as like Syndicate. That's the thing. It's like people know me as like Syndicate from the OG gaming days, but is now so many new people who come up to me and go, like if they call me Tom, then they know me from the vlogs, and if they call me Syndicate, they know me from the OG days.
Yeah.
So it's like now like the audience demographic has just completely changed as to who watches.
So
like on a night out the other night, and some like 50-year-old guy was like, I love your videos. And I was like, you're only saying that because you saw me speaking to guys. He was like, no, look. And he scrolled through his like YouTube thing. He was like, I watch all of them.
Jesus.
Ever since you bought the farm, I'm like tuned in.
Locked in.
Love what you're up to. And like the plan was like, I just wanted 10 acres to be able to quad bike, dirt bike, put a V8 in a Defender or a 125 engine in a bathtub, off-road tires at suspension, and just rag it round and have a fun track on it. But then it's like scaled to this thing that I've taken on board so much responsibility with this land. And it's like, it's literally been the best thing, such a word apart from like my friends and family, it's like, that's ever happened to me. It's brought me, all my family, my partner, everyone just so much closer together because it's literally the land that is around all of us. So rather than me traveling off an hour this way, an hour that way to get to it, we all just meet there. It's like,
sick.
Do whatever we want on the land. We camp on the land. We had Joe Sugg, he came up camping, driving around in our Defenders, off-roading like safari and style. Like I'm going to do like racetracks on there as to like invite you guys up and set the fastest lap, whether it's in the bathtub with an engine we've got in it, whether it's going to be in a motorbike, a quad bike or whatever. So like good. It's literally, I can know you guys love racing, don't you? Like,
yeah.
Chip's big into it. Send your frogs to Big Dog. Mate, I was going to say, bro, you got to do your own thing and then host the yearly Grand Prix at your fucking
We want to call it Lawn Mons.
Oh my God.
So lawn mons, and like, so we're gonna get like kitted out like tractors, but they'll be like really rapid tractors. And we're gonna have some sick tracks laid out and stuff like that. And we're gonna host like the lawn mons.
That is so good.
Yeah, it was like the idea was just
man.
stupid fun of like vehicles, like having a laugh and everything like that. But then it just was like this thing of when you buy land, there's usually like things in it where it's like, well, if you make any value in the land, then they want 25% of the value every year. It's called an overage. They want 55% of like. So say you bought land, say it cost you £100,000 to buy the land, and you made it more valuable by 25%. They'll do a review every year and go, it's gone up by 25%. We want an extra 25 grand. It's crazy rules. Yeah.
So who gets that money? Sorry, who gets that money?
It would be like whoever the beneficiary is of who sold the land.
Okay, but she didn't do that?
Say if she sold me the land and she put that in it, she could then receive 25% of it every year. It can be stipulated really differently. Like it could just be a one-time payment or it could be a yearly payment or whatever it is. And she left it all 110 acres, and this is like unheard of, with no overages in it. So I can do like what I want with it to like my heart's content.
Boost the value, whatever you think.
Yeah,
wow.
But boost the value of it. And yeah, she literally left this land to sale for me. There's a house on it. Like a bunch of barns, like loads of outbuildings and stuff like that. And it just became this thing of like, rather than it just being this opportunity of, oh, let's drive around in circles and have fun. It was like, oh, wow, there's actually a property here and I can like knock down the property, use the footprint of, this is going to sound a bit weird, but say that's your house and these are all the outside buildings. You can like knock these down and like congregate the amount of size of it to make one bigger house. So the plan is to take all this down, do all that, make it 30% bigger, and then with my partner build like our next dream home for our family.
Sick.
So yeah, it's gonna be
all on this land.
Yeah, all on this land. That's gonna be like 8-year dream away. Like,
I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like I'm getting a paintball.
Oh yeah, paintball
set like course in there.
Yep.
That's coming in.
Soft, like fun tracks around it. But this is on, we call it like kind of like Mexico, the bottom, because it's like that's where the chaos goes on. So it's kind of like split into 50 acres and then 60 acres like across the road.
Yep.
The 50 acres is going to be just the dream paradise that every guy could ever want. Like women, you may dream for that as well. But like as a guy, you're like, yeah, engines, fast cars. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Let's have fun. Paintballing on. Why not paintballing in cars at the same time? I really want to host a demolition derby. I've always wanted to do that. Like it's been a dream to want to do that. So that's on the cards as well. Like £500 budget car. People can come in, team name, and it's like, last man standing wins the total prize pool or something like that. Boom, there you go. That's what I want to do. But then on the other side, which is like 60 acres of just gorgeous like fields and stuff, I want to proper farm it. Yeah, I'm not trying to be like Jeremy Clark.
I was gonna. Well, you're gonna record it your own way though.
Yeah. But I'm good, like pretty good friends with Caleb.
Yeah. Oh wow. So how did you become friends with Caleb? Yeah, and this is Caleb from Clark's
Crazy
Farm.
life right now. Okay, dude, there's so much going on.
Yeah, bro.
How'd you meet him?
I've spent 10 years trying to do this, and now it's everything all at once. But yeah, he used to watch some of the zombie videos back in the day. Oh, and then I followed him, messaged, commented on something, and then one day I just got a notification. Like I posted on Instagram, he replied straight away, and I was like, wait, Caleb, I literally just followed him. I said, why are you following me? He was like, oh, used to watch content. And then we just got speaking, and then he's really helped me out with the farm, loads of advice, back and forth. I've given him some help in like the social media world, and he's helped me out from the farming like back end side of things, which has been really good. So yeah, eventually I want to get to a point where I like set up in the 60 acres, like a real nice little farm. Think like foot farming, like you go to those cutesy places where, don't know if you have these in London anywhere, but picking your nice pumpkins or weird, or strawberries in the summer and stuff like that. And then maybe like a nice little farm, like cafe shop sort of thing, where everything locally produced is like cooked there and made there and stuff. And then get one of my best friends in to run that because he's a chef.
Well, let's hope that you don't let's hope that you don't run into the same problems that old Clarkson did, mate. Because
probably will.
You got to keep your head under the radar. Yeah. They were out to get him.
Yeah, but that's going to make the vlog even better.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is.
It's like unlimited vlog content. This
unlimited vlog content, but it's one of those. I knew it'd come with stress buying the land. It definitely has done. We've had break-ins, we've had trespassers. We've had the other day some guy was like walking on there. I was like, oh, dude, sorry, it's not a public walkway. And he was like, I'm going to get in your face, like threatening to like smack me in the face, my brother in the face. And we're like, what are you doing? This is like walking into someone's garden. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. And it's just like you come across all the weirdest things. Everyone just says pull out a shotgun and shoot him, but you can't do that as a farmer.
Yeah, it's not Texas, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's not real. It's not like that. In Texas, you literally have the right just to go, get off my land. They said, no, I aggravated you, could just shoot them.
Have you got all the signs up now?
Oh, yeah. The farmers, walkers keep taking them down.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I could just imagine it being so petty.
It absolutely is. This is the craziest one. I've told this story in my vlog, but even this guy brought it up. I thought it would have died a death after I kind of addressed it. But this woman was, I was with like the River Canal Trust Board to sort out a fence. I sound so old.
Yeah, I know.
These people are like, what is a River Canal Trust Board? But I was with this guy who basically like the council sorting that out, this fence, which has gone missing because walkers have taken it down and decided to walk through our fields when they shouldn't. And this woman came home and she was like, are you with the canal board? I kind of like looked to the guy. I was like, no, you take this conversation. She didn't realize I was the owner of the farm. And she spent 15 minutes slagging off us, saying, but the fencing off this, the fencing off that. And he just went, they've got the right to. Like that, it's their land, let them do what they want. And in the end, she went, well, I've heard it from a good source that his brother, the big tall guy with a beard, threatened to shoot someone's dog. And first of all, I don't have a tall brother, and I don't have a brother with a beard, so none of my family members, factually, had done it. But the rumor had gone around the mill that the farm owner, being me, brother had threatened to shoot someone's dog.
Mate, it sounds like an episode of like some fucking
Desperate Housewives of Tom's Farm.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in Emmerdale or something like that. But honestly, it's just stuff that I never thought I would like end up dealing with. Like I've had to do so. And like even this guy who was kicking off, I was just like, oh, polite, just dead polite. Like just to let you know, I think you might have thought it was a public footpath. It's not. Just gonna have to ask you to leave. Like, don't do shit. Get it, fuck you, like that. They get mad aggressive about it. Some people are fine, but then he was at the end going, wait, aren't you that farmer who was threatening to shoot people's dogs? I was like, no, my dad's got a dog, my mum's got a dog, like little sausage dog, you know what I mean? Like,
wow, yeah.
But
that's so funny.
Like getting called out for the weirdest things, but you know, eventually, hopefully they understand that I want to farm some of these areas. So if they have a dog on there, like, you know, other farmers would shoot a dog if it attacked their sheep. They've got every right to.
Yeah.
Not the situation I'm wanting to get into. So I just want to keep
that'd be awful.
I want to keep everyone safe and happy. And then, later in line, down the line, like an area where the dog walkers can go and put their animals on, and you know, like I know it sounds weird, but a place where you can rent for like 30 minutes and let your dog go run around having the time.
I've seen that actually. That's a normal thing.
You can do that. You can.
Yeah, you like essentially book a bit of land to take your dog for a walk.
You could set up like a dog daycare at some part of it.
Yeah,
like get someone to run
just to get people off your back. Just like, right, I'm going to set you up a fucking dog daycare.
A dog hotel,
stop chatting shit.
Like you take your dog to.
Yes.
Dog hotel.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like if you walk them along, it's like you've got to have them on the lead. So it's like just somewhere for them to like spread the wings and fucking sprint.
Yeah.
You know?
Let man walk in the corridor of the apartment building. That's the best you can get off the lead.
Bring your dog up. Your dog can walk around on my land.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And his brother is going to shoot it though.
Yeah, well,
my brother will not shoot no one's dog, man. So lots of pros. Like it's amazing, but it comes
in terms of security though. You mentioned like obviously you had a break-in.
Yeah.
What is it that you can actually do? Like you can't build these big fences to cover in. It just kind of looks ugly and they wouldn't let you do it anyway. So what can you actually do security wise? Are you going to have like a 24/7 security or what?
We've had security on site and we've had people like overnight security and stuff like that, which is good, and like dogs and stuff. So security side of things have massively stepped up, like for security reasons. You don't kind of like disclose like what you have.
Of course.
But yeah, we've got like full-time security now, which is great. But yeah, it's just the case of it was abandoned for like 5 years. So people kept thinking like, oh, we'll just go in it sort of thing. And there was nothing of value, and there still isn't anything of value left in there. But there's one time like one of my friends on site who, sorry, Tom, he just left a quad bike because the next day he was going to teach his daughter how to ride it. And that, you know, like one time left the quad bike there. Someone just broke in just to see if there was anything in there. Quad bike was there. Quad bike went missing. So.
Oh, maybe I bet somebody's going to be able to find that quad bike. Have you had any leads on it?
We got it.
Oh, you've got it, man.
Yeah, we got it back. Crazily, we found it in a bush. Like probably like a month later or a few weeks later, we found it in a bush. But here's the kicker: the police were like, "Yeah, we found this stolen piece of property. It was probably only worth," and it says polite, like probably about 250 quid.
Okay.
Right. So this quad bike gets stolen from us. Costs us money to replace the locks. Quad bike's gone. We don't find who's done it, but they find the quad bike. He goes to go and collect it. Like, yep, it's me. Here's proof of purchase. Here's that. And then they go, right, that'll be £200. They're like, no. They're like, yeah, you need to pay the £200. Otherwise, you're not getting your quad bike. And if you don't pay it by a certain day, interest goes up on it. And if you can't pay it, we'll crush it.
Wait, who
Wait, so-
paid it from who?
So the police asking for this 200 quid?
Yeah, so the police end up having to, because there's a quad bike just left in a bush somewhere.
Yeah.
So they have to hire a company to come and collect it, to move it. And that company then charges you, and they charge you interest. So if he would have found out like a week later, it could have been like 300 quid.
Oh
to get
my
the quad bike.
God.
So the stolen thing that's only worth £250, he had to pay £200 to get it back. How crazy is that? It's
Oh
insane.
my God.
Yeah, and it's
What
same
the
with a
fuck
bike.
are our
Like,
taxes going
Yeah, if your
towards?
pedal bike got stolen, like apparently it's like minimum 100 and something pounds. Like if your bike got stolen, the police got it, and you went to go and collect it, you got paid to get it back. It's
Mate, what the
insane.
fuck? You just don't know about
We sound
this
like old, don't we? And we're like, oh, where's our taxes going? But it's just like, it's mad. I tried to speak to him, being like, it's ours. You've seen we got video footage.
Yeah.
You know it got stolen. He's like, can we waive this fee? Because in circumstances, they can go, yeah.
Yeah.
But they were just like,
Damn. And
That's nuts.
never found out who it was, right?
no, we
Got an inkling?
yeah, pretty much. But the thing is, we ended up getting back in the end. So it was like, okay.
Oh,
For 200 quid.
We'll just leave
For
it.
200 quid, yeah, that was
200 quid.
that was
Person
the
was
thing
just
out of it.
probably going for a little joyride, eh?
Yeah, like I said, we've got so long for disclosure to the world. We've got so long before we even get like the land all set up and secured. And when we're on there, I'll probably be living there. We'll have other people living on site and stuff like that. So yeah, learn from that mistake.